Commander Zeth Kree had seen warfare across 17 different star systems. As head of the Galactic Military Academy's Strategic Studies Division, he prided himself on preparing cadets for the realities of interstellar conflict. His lectures on the brutal Andromedan campaigns and the savage Rigel uprisings were legendary for their unflinching examination of military brutality. But he had never shown footage of human warfare. The classroom buzzed with nervous energy as 43 of the Academy's finest cadets settled into their biopods. Representatives from 12 species filled the amphitheater, proud Valerian warriors with their chitinous armor, methodical Cerebrite strategists, and even a few of the notoriously aggressive Skarn shock troops. Today, we examine the military doctrine of humanity. Commander Zeth Kree announced, his four arms manipulating the holographic controls. Earth has recently joined the Galactic Coalition, and understanding their combat philosophy is essential for future joint operations. A Valerian cadet, Thexmore, clicked his mandibles dismissively. Commander, with respect, humans appear to be a relatively peaceful species. Their preliminary reports show limited interplanetary conflict experience. Several cadets chittered in agreement. Humans seemed almost quaint, bipedal mammals who had only recently achieved faster-than-light travel. Their military technology was primitive compared to the plasma cannons and quantum disruptors common in galactic warfare. Interesting observation, Cadet Thexmore, the commander replied, a hint of something that might have been sympathy in his voice. Let us begin with what humans call the Great War, their first global mechanized conflict. The holographic display flickered to life, showing black and white footage from Earth's Western Front, 1916. Grainy images revealed vast expanses of churned mud, skeletal trees, and endless lines of trenches scarring the landscape like infected wounds. The narrator's voice, translated into Galactic Standard, began describing the Battle of the Somme. The cadets watched in growing unease as the statistics rolled across their screens. 60,000 casualties in a single day. The camera panned across no man's land, showing soldiers, young human males, charging across open ground into machine gun fire. A Cerebrite cadet's neural tendrils began trembling. Commander, surely this is an error? No rational species would order troops to advance in a certain death. The footage is authentic, Zeth Kree replied grimly. Continue watching. The documentary shifted to the Second World War. Images of Stalingrad appeared, humans fighting building to building, room to room, sometimes hand-to-hand with improvised weapons. The siege lasted 872 days. Nearly 2 million casualties. 3 Valerian cadets simultaneously activated their emergency biopod ejection systems and stumbled toward the exits. They fought for nearly 3 solar cycles, whispered a Skarn cadet, his natural aggression replaced by something approaching awe. Over a single city. The footage continued. D-Day landings with humans storming heavily fortified beaches. Pacific Island campaigns where soldiers fought in tropical hell for strategically insignificant atolls. Winter warfare in conditions that would kill most galactic species within hours. But it was the Vietnam War footage that broke them. Guerrilla warfare in dense jungle. Humans, some barely past their species' adolescence, patrolling through terrain where death could come from any direction. Booby traps, ambushes, psychological warfare. And through it all, the humans adapted, endured, and kept fighting. Note the age of many combatants, Commander Zeth Kree observed clinically. Humans often send their young adults, sometimes volunteers, into combat zones. Volunteers. A Nebulan cadet's gaseous form flickered with distress. They choose to participate in this madness. The final segment focused on modern human conflicts. Urban warfare in Iraq and Afghanistan, where humans fought an enemy indistinguishable from civilians in cities designed to funnel attackers into kill zones. The footage showed human soldiers maintaining discipline and rules of engagement, even when facing an enemy that recognized no such constraints. A human soldier, interviewed after losing his legs to an improvised explosive, looked directly into the camera. Would I go back? Hell yes. My brothers are still over there. Silence filled the amphitheater. Half the biopods were now empty. Cadet Thexmore, one of the few remaining Valorians, spoke in a barely audible whisper. Commander, how many humans died in their global conflicts? Zethkri consulted his datapad. Conservative estimates suggest over 150 million in the 20th century alone. This does not include wounded, displaced populations, or civilian casualties. The remaining cadets processed this information. Their species had fought wars lasting decades over trade disputes or territorial boundaries. But humans waged total war. Entire planetary populations mobilized for years-long conflicts, and they did it repeatedly, learning from each catastrophe only how to wage the next one more efficiently. Commander, a shaky voice called from the back. What are humans like as allies? Commander Zethkri's expression was unreadable. Absolutely loyal. They have a saying, no one left behind. They mean it literally. By the lecture's end, 22 cadets had submitted resignation papers. The remaining 21 requested immediate transfers to units with planned human integration. After all, if you couldn't beat them, you definitely wanted them on your side.
Them. That's the human way, Commander. We don't just solve problems, we solve problems we haven't even encountered yet. And then we turn those solutions into entertainment. As the communication ended, Veltar looked out at his recovering homeworld and made a mental note to download more human media. After all, they apparently had detailed strategies for robot uprisings too.